What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great Thursday night. We are here at 8 o'clock, and we're going to talk about a few more players that were added to the rookie minicamp tryout pool. So we talked about some of these guys a few days ago. Now we're going to talk about the few that were added here. Then I will show you a full list of all the guys that will be competing this weekend at the rookie minicamp tryouts. And any photos or news I can get from that, I will happily be breaking that stuff down for you, letting you know how these guys do if they make the roster. I believe we've got 4 spots open. So whoever wants to make this squad, maybe a couple of them can. But yes, if you missed that, I will post it in the comments down below, the breakdown of all the other players. But here is a list of them just in case you missed that show. But this is the list. I think you got like 10 guys here. So 13 total once we add these next 3 we're about to talk about. But you got some offensive guys, some defensive guys, a special teamer in there. So got a full list of young men trying to vie for a roster spot. Now, one of these guys is the rookie I'm about to mention. Then the next have actually already been at the NFL level in some capacity. So let's break this bad boy down. But I appreciate each and every one of you taking the time tonight, whether you're watching this live, watching this later. Love to hear your thoughts on this. Maybe you've been watching some of these guys. You have an in-depth analysis on them. You're a fan of the college team or XFL team or whatever. Let me know. But one of these guys I know pretty well, and we have talked about him extensively the last couple of years. So we'll get into that, but appreciate you all. Let's get this bad boy going. My man Samuel in here. Let's go. Appreciate you, dude. My man Drew. Let's go, baby. Appreciate you tuning in, my man. Great question for tomorrow's Fan Friday show. Who do you want to cut this year? We will talk about all those cut downs and all those things when they come closer. Yo, appreciate the super chat, my man. Thank you for tuning in, Kavai. And look, any questions or comments you guys have, please feel free to add them in. And again, I will add that video from the other day in case you missed it so you can see all of these other players broken down. But we're going to talk about these 3 guys. We'll talk about the full list. But again, anything on your mind, thank you again for that super chat, my man. Hope you're having yourself a great day. Hope you're all going to tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to have a special Fan Friday because we didn't have one last week. So I'm already excited. Drew got in a great question already. Hopefully going to be breaking everything down under the sun. But whatever questions, if you are a member of the channel, get those questions in. We'll break them all down tomorrow. If you are not, tune in anyway. Ask away, and we'll get to all the questions that we can. Love to hear your thoughts on all of the other folks' questions. So tune on in tomorrow. It is your day, as always, on Fridays. Anything that is on your mind, love to hear it. And we just had a draft. We had, another wave of free agency starting here. We've got undrafted guys. We've got rookie minicamp guys. So lots of stuff to break down. But let's get this bad boy going. Again, thank you, Kavai. Thank you to everyone tuning in. My man, Sean, appreciate you. Let's go, baby. Any questions you guys have, throw them on out. But let's talk about these 3 players that were added to the rookie minicamp tryouts here. So we're going to have that this weekend, and if the Eagles like anyone, they'll add them to the roster. If not, we can sign other players, whatever their heart desires. But now we're going to get a closer look at some of these guys. Added a couple receivers and a tight end, so some skill players here. And Jaylen will be the first one we bring up here out of Western Kentucky, and I believe he transferred from Western Michigan there. So, look, again, these are tryouts, so no reason to freak out. And a lot of people get worked up about this stuff. This is a guy that's trying to make the roster. He's not on the roster yet, but he's 6'3", 185, so a little slender for that size, but that's all right. We have some skinny guys here, and we can make it work. But I really like this kid. And again, he had 4 years at Western Michigan before he transferred to Western Kentucky, and added all 5 of those years up. So you can see 15.6 yards per catch. He's got 20 receiving touchdowns, and he's got some work in the punt return area. Now, no kick returns for him, and that's something that I would desperately like here. Now, Britton Covey, I like him as a punt returner, one of the better punt returners in the league last year. Unfortunately, we just never blocked for him. So would like a little bit better blocking, but I still want a kick returner. Now, if he's got the talent, he's got, the skill set to be able to return the ball, maybe we can try him out there regardless of if he's done it or not. But I got to see a little bit of him, not an expert on him by any way, shape, or form. But what I noticed was he's got some speed. He's got good burst. He ran a 4.55. So he's not the fastest guy, but that burst, man, he's got some great acceleration there. He goes up and gets the ball. I liked what I saw, but the competition there at Western Michigan and Western Kentucky, take it all with a grain of salt. But look, he's got return capability. He's a big dude that goes up and gets the ball. So he's going to compete with some of these other guys at the back end trying to make the practice squad. So best of luck to Jaylen Hall. But you saw that list. We have some guys that are at the rookie minicamp tryout. We've got some undrafted signings. So we're definitely adding wide receivers. And, I know a lot of people feel like you got to add a big name. We've already got two monstrous names there. We've got Quez and we've also got Olamide. So those four right there, obviously with the last two I mentioned, competing for that third spot. But hey, one of these young men want to step it up and try to get themselves a job here. They can definitely do that by winning in the return game. Now, the next guy, this is not a rookie, but the last team he played for when he was in college was Miami. So we're going to talk about that first. And I did bring his XFL stats as well because he went undrafted last year, got signed by the Panthers. Then he was cut. Then he went to the Orlando Guardians there in the XFL. So we're going to break both of them down here because, well, that's just how we do it in these parts. So Charleston, Rambo, this is the young man that played with Jalen Hurts in Oklahoma in 2019. And, he actually had 43 catches in that season, 743 yards, 17.2 yards per catch. He was getting 53 yards per game there, had 5 touchdowns. So had a damn good connection with Jalen Hurts that year at Oklahoma, but he spent 4 years in Oklahoma before transferring his 5th year, senior year at Miami. And you can see all together, there's all of his yards, 15.1 yards per catch, 16 receiving touchdowns. And then you see he's got a little bit of kick return work. So both of these receivers, they've got some return work. That's what we're looking for. This kid, he can help you as a kick returner, 6'1", 185. And I like this kid too. And watching his connection with Hurts is all you really need to know. It's like, okay, they really are just doing all they possibly can. And this dude, he runs people over. It's like he embraces the contact over the middle. He looked great. He's not like super fast, super athletic, anything crazy that's jumping off the chart. And I think obviously that's why he went undrafted, but loved his ball tracking. I really liked what I saw from him. And it looked like, Hurts definitely was looking to him a lot. So I was a fan of that, and I'm sure Hurts is happy to have a friend in the building. Now, this past season with the Guardians, we'll see what he did there in the XFL. You can see he started 8 of the 10 games he played for, 130 receiving yards, 35 receptions, 12.2 yards per catch, 3 receiving touchdowns, but no return work in the XFL. So, look, 2 back-end guys that are going to be competing with those undrafted signings we talked about, and with, the other rookie minicamp guys. So I'm all about adding competition to each position. And I know these aren't like names that you've seen in Madden or whatever. And I know some people will be upset about that. I know a lot of people talking about trading for DeAndre Hopkins. Go check out that trade video. You'll see my thoughts on that. But appreciate you all. Yo, my man Drew in here. Let's go. But let me know your thoughts on those 2 receivers. Now we're going to get to the tight end that you guys, those of you that have been tuning in, that I think he's a special player, and I hated the fact that he was on the Commander. So excited to talk about this. It's the tight end we signed today. We go check out that video about Dan Arnold. No, he is not, but you can definitely go check that one out. Already made a video on that. What happened to my star? I do not know, my man. That is when people have memberships. I don't know if you have to turn on for it to re-sign you up, because a couple of people have said that. I'm not sure how that works, but Rambo is a very sick last name. I definitely enjoyed that. Hey, do you want cut like Reg or hate in Whiteside? Do you want cut like Reg or hate in Whiteside? What do you? I don't know what you're saying here. Hey, do you want cut like Reg or hate in Whiteside? I'm sorry, man. If you could rephrase that. Not sure what you're saying there. We can't sign Queen, but we could trade for him. Go check out that trade video from the other day. Now let's get into this tight end, Sammie Reyes. So those of you that have been tuning in, look, international player program. He's Chilean, the first NFL player that is Chilean. Good job for him. But you can see here, not much work in the NFL, brought in a couple years ago. And He actually played last year, got 1 start, played in 11 games. He had 2 tackles on special teams, but you can see he only had 39 offensive snaps. That's 5% of their snaps. And then you could see on special teams, he was actually a help 53% of their special team snaps. So that's all the stats I've got for you. Clearly not doing too much, but this is kind of the same category when we talk about Tyree Jackson. We're talking about these projects. Now, this kid, he is one of the best ever with the RAS score, the freak athlete. We talk about, and those of you who haven't been tuning in, you remember I was saying, like, this kid, I would take him over Tyree Jackson as a project because this dude is a willing blocker, and that is what I want to see. Now, he played football in high school, but in college, he actually played basketball. So no stats there for you in college. He was brought to the NFL because of his freak pro day. He had a phenomenal pro day. This dude, I think he runs like a 4.65. Now, for a tight end, that's good. And dude, his verticals, broad jump, everything, this kid, he was phenomenal. So you guys know this is pretty cool for me, because I hated to talk about him every time, talked about Washington. But again, he's not somebody I feel that's just going to come in and get a job. He is a project, but he's going to push Tyree Jackson. And I think, we talked about Tyree Jackson was going to get brought back because he was an exclusive rights free agent, cost the Eagles nothing. We'll see what he's got. Doubt he makes the team, but now don't even know if he makes the practice squad. He has some tough competition, and we talked about the other guys that we have added in the rookie camp tryout. We got Jamal Murray, and then you had an undrafted signing in that Brady Russell. So you've got some competition. You signed Dan Arnold today, but the one thing that Sammie Reyes does better than all these other people is he actually blocks. Now, I'm not saying he's a great blocking tight end, but this kid is such a freak athlete, and he wants to block. He's willing to learn and get better. Oh, yeah, that's what I want to hear. And with his athletic build, just his speed, everything, that's somebody you want to take a chance on. Now, watching him play football, from the very little bit I had from the preseason, and we talked about this the past couple of years, he isn't exactly the greatest receiver. I mean, he definitely, when you watch him catch the ball, he bobbles it. He does not have those soft hands. He's got to work on catching the ball with his effing hands. But look, man, again, he's a project, and it's a rookie minicamp tryout. It's not like he's even on the roster. So he's going to show what he's got this weekend, and I'm very excited for him, hoping that he can at least be here this offseason and try to show the Eagles, hey, I can bring you what you got. So all about it, ladies and gentlemen, all about it. Who do you want to cut? There will be a lot of people I want to cut, but we don't even have the 90-man roster yet. So have you done a video on undrafted? Yes, I did. Just go right to my YouTube page. All that stuff is under playlists. If you're looking for draft stuff, go to the draft playlist. If you want to know about cap stuff, go to show me the money. If you want to know roster moves, go to the roster move one. Coaching changes, under the coaching changes, there is a playlist for everything you want to know, whether it's about the coaching, whether it's about the roster, the cap, anything that is the draft. There are free agency playlists. So everything your heart could desire, there is a video about it. And as I said, I will be posting that breakdown of the other rookie minicamp tryouts so you can get to know them. And I'll also be posting the undrafted free agents in the comments down below. But let's take a look at this full list now with these 3 players added in. Let's take a look at all the people that will be vying for a spot. 4 of them are open. So you got 13 guys here. You've got the offense on the left. Then you got special teams and defense on the right. You can see the bottom 2 at the left there, I separated because they are not rookies. So you can see all of the other rookie players there that will be competing. And if you want any of those other guys up top there broken down for you, go check out that video of all the rookie minicamp tryouts. I'll be posting each video in the comments so you guys know where to go. But that's all I've got for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you've been enjoying all of this undrafted rookie minicamp, the cap, the draft, every damn thing I could keep you up to date with. Whoo! I've been putting in that work. So I hope you enjoyed all those videos. If you go check out those other videos, love to hear your thoughts on them. We will definitely talk some birds if you've got anything on your mind. But tomorrow's Fan Friday. So to you members out there, get your questions in. We're going to be breaking down all kinds of stuff tomorrow. Those of you who are not, tune in anyway. Get your questions in. We'll answer what we can, and you guys can help me answer some of those other questions asked by you, the fans. So thank you for tuning in tonight. Hope you're all having yourselves a great Thursday. Hope you're ready for this weekend. I know I am, doing my best to try to stay patient because I know it's a long road until the season starts, but I'm going to keep pumping out content. And now that we got the draft over, we got some things out of the way, I'm going to be doing those offensive, the defensive breakdowns, getting a look at what this roster looks like, all the things you want to know, what kind of defense we're going to be running, all that great stuff. And I know you guys want that one where I show you all the different schemes, the, like 2-4-5, the 3-4, the 4-3, all those different things I'm going to show you. So do not fear. I'll have that for you. I'm actually working on a roster breakdown right now, just showing you every person that's going to be competing at each position. So that way we can talk throughout the season. We'll keep it updated. You can see it, who is at each position. So I know you guys liked that last year, so I will continue doing that. But appreciate all of you tuning in tonight. When Sean Bradley cut and they're wasting. Sean Bradley did pretty good last year. Kayvon Wallace really stepped it up at the end of that last year, so that was pretty great. Legatron, yeah, I have him beating out Sippo, so all about that competition at punter. Glad they brought him in. Rashad Batani has more risk of losing. Well, Jack Stoll's an H-back. Grant Calcaterra, an F-type tight end, where he's more of a receiver. Got a lot of competition for a receiver there. Stoll, not much competition as a blocking tight end, so we'll see. But, appreciate you, my man. Another super chat from you. Cannot thank you enough for that. Can't keep this show rolling without you guys, so thank you very much for all your super chats, for all the comments, the likes, retweeting, sharing it, wherever you're watching it from or whatever you're doing to support me. I really cannot thank you enough. I can't do this without you guys, so thank you all for tuning in. I will post in the comments down below the other undrafted video, the other rookie minicamp video, all the other stuff that will keep you prepared for all the players that might be joining this roster. So if you watch those, let me know what is on your mind. Yeah, hurt season. It's always hurt season. And I was just saying in the video earlier, you know how nice it is to not have to be called an asshole for saying don't trade Hurts and to watch him develop. So I love seeing people rooting for Hurts this year. Last offseason was one of the toughest. I'm predicting a Super Bowl, and everybody's telling me we're going to be the Jets. Trade Hurts, fire Elway. So more of that, please. More love for the Eagles because last year was tough. No love. And going to war, just trying to get people on board with the Eagles was pretty tough. Now, clearly, they all came aboard when we made it to the Super Bowl. But this offseason, I think it's going to be much different. We're going to have a lot of fans rooting for the Eagles. So excited about that. So more love. That's all we want to share. So let's keep going these next few months. Let's share all the love we can for this team because we're going back to the Super Bowl. We're winning it this year. Let the haters keep hating. I'll keep educating. Dude, I love it. I'm in love with this team already. My man Phil in the building. Yo, dude. Appreciate you tuning in, dude. I am actually just rolling out, but I hope you are doing well. Trying to get this under 20 minutes, but yo, dude, hope you enjoyed this draft so far this offseason. Can't wait to see the rest of the moves that will be made. My man Phil in here. It's going to be a good night for everybody out here. So that good juju being sent out there. Yo, and look, I cannot do this without you. So Craig, appreciate you, dude. And we just hit 1,800. So a big thank you to all of you. We're on the road to 1,900, so let's effing go, baby. But look, dude, thank you for the kind words. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for commenting. All of you, cannot thank you enough. But if you ever need anything, please feel free to reach out. Oh, yeah. And you saw all the media, most of the fans. It was probably the toughest offseason I've ever had, trying to break down what quarterback development was, why Howie Roseman was a genius, why we can't fire our offensive and defensive coordinator. It was brutal. And then we end up in the Super Bowl, and it was like, are you sure we should have got rid of everyone? So I was laughing my ass off, Craig. I loved every second of it. Let them keep hating. We'll keep educating. But, yo, dude, appreciate you. Love you all. Appreciate you, my man, tuning in right at the end. But I am rolling out. I'll be back tomorrow. Until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You stay safe out there. And as always, go Birds!